Hi lovely people, and welcome to Little Moments, Big Shifts, the podcast that empowers you to prioritise yourself and evolve into the person you were always meant to be. I'm your host, Emma Longbottom, founder of Wellbeing with Emma. Welcome. Let's get into today's episode. Hi my loves, I hope you are doing well. So this week I wanted to talk to you about Harry Styles. I mean, I could talk about him all day, to be fair, but specifically I went to his one of his gigs at Wembley at the weekend, and I was there for night 12 of his 12-night residency, which was really special actually, because it was like the celebration of it all, and he got really emotional, and his sister came on stage, which was lovely, and like his family were there, and Liam Payne's family were there, and it was just a really beautiful night. But it really stuck with me for the last couple of days how wonderful it was, and how joyous it was, and how wonderful it was to sort of see people behaving that way, because I've been to a lot of gigs over the years and I've never quite witnessed anything like it. So I wanted to share with you 4 life lessons from that Harry Styles concert. One of the first ones was kindness. Now, I don't need someone to tell me to be kind. Like, it's something I try and embody, and it's one of my core values. But what was really beautiful was to see not only how kind he was, but how kind the crowd were to each other as well. So at the beginning, he introduced himself like that was necessary. To, like, I don't know, there was 90,000 people or something in there, all there just to see him. But he introduced himself, and he said, I want you to have a really good time. I want you to be kind to each other, and, you can be whoever you want to be and whoever you are in this room, which I thought was a beautiful introduction. I'm paraphrasing him, obviously. But then there were moments throughout it where I saw that really embodied in the crowd. So I've been to a couple of gigs in the past. I've fainted at a gig in the past, and I've also been crushed at the front when I was much younger. And there was a couple of times where he stopped the band, he stopped singing, because he noticed in the crowd that people were like shining their torchlights on their phones and in a little circle, and he sort of went, has someone gone down, has someone fallen, has something happened? And they were all like signaling to him in the crowd, and then he stopped them and made sure that, and asked them all to move back, and then got security to come and support them and help the person who I presumed fainted, but I don't actually know what happened. And that happened a couple of times, and that's just really beautiful to see, like, people looking after each other in that way, because that's not always been my experience. Sometimes you get in a bit of a crush and people are dancing and people have had a drink, and it can get a bit, in the middle of a crowded space like that, it can get a bit hairy at times, in my experience. I've lost toenails. I've lost toenails because people have jumped on my foot and stuff at a gig. So that was really beautiful to see that he because he said it, and there's one thing saying it, but there's another thing everybody actually doing it, which was really beautiful. So kindness was definitely the first one. The second one was just being joyful. There was so much joy in that room. Like, everybody had come dressed for joy. Like, everybody was in bright colours and sequins and glitter, and everybody looked fabulous. There was a lot of people dressed up in fancy dress as well, which some of which I understood, some of which was a bit random, but also was really funny and joyful. But also the way that people were. There was one, and I can't remember what song it was. I'll have to look it up. But there was one song where strangers were holding hands and dancing with each other and like swinging their arms, and it was just gorgeous to watch. Like, everybody in the crowd was just holding hands and dancing together, and it was just so beautiful, like really beautiful to see. And I dread to think what it looked like from where he was stood. It must have just been quite overwhelming, actually. So joy was the second one. And then the third one kind of links into that, is community. So how wonderful people were being with each other, and how he's created a community. And I remember someone saying to me when I first started training and started my own business and stuff, that you need to find your tribe. And that was definitely felt like how it was. There's a lot of negativity in the world and in the press, and it can sometimes get a bit overwhelming. But when you're with the right people in the right situation, then you can find that joy and find that community spirit. And that was really evident, and it was just wonderful. And actually, when Harry's sister came on stage, she referenced that. Again, I'm going to paraphrase, but she said something along the lines of, you embody kindness, and you've created a community of people that now embody that as well. And that was really lovely to see. And it was for me as a big sister, watching his big sister on that stage saying all those things was really emotional. It was really beautiful. So yeah, the third one was community, and finding your tribe and being with the right people. And then the fourth one was being all of yourself, because I think that's what came across. And the word authenticity gets spouted a lot, and it's not always very helpful. But actually, there is something around when you are authentically yourself and you have the confidence to be all of who you are, and you don't care what people think. You just have that confidence to be yourself. It can create something really beautiful. And that's really what I witnessed. It was just someone absolutely at the top of their game. And my God, I mean, I knew he was talented before I went, but wow, unbelievable. The energy that he brought, the stage presence, the charisma, and I mean, his singing voice is phenomenal. Just the whole thing was amazing, but it just felt to me like he was just 100% Harry Styles. And, for his sister and everybody else, I suppose, to say that as well means, your sister will always tell you if you get it wrong, or your family will. So yeah, it was just such a joyous day. And I went with my sister and my niece, and my mum and dad met us there as well. So it was a real lovely family trip out as well for us, which was wonderful. And my niece, bless her, I've never seen anyone smile so big for so long as my niece singing along to all those songs, which was really glorious to witness. So yeah, those are my 4 life lessons. And these are not things that are new to me, but it was really beautiful to see those values and those lessons on such a big stage, so evident. So let me go back through them. So being kind, we know, and I know I've done a podcast episode on this before about how important it is to be kind. Finding that joy, and also supporting other people to find that joy. It's just beautiful. Finding your tribe and your community, and having the confidence to be all of yourself. So those are my 4 life lessons from Harry Styles. Yeah, it was a really great day. If you ever get the chance to see him, I would really, really recommend it. Really, really good fun. And my feet ached all day yesterday from dancing so much. And it's not often that happens anymore, so that was really good as well. So, my loves, I will leave it there for this week, and I hope to see you soon. I hope you prioritise yourself. I'll see you soon. Bye.